Yes, I'm in Orlando area. Yes, as a matter of fact, just took my daughter to do some flying stuff. I don't know what it was, but I'll share some highlight of this. But I wanted to really think about a conversation I'm having, and I want to dive a bit deeper into it. So let me talk about a few things. I'm going to show you a few shots regarding here. As a matter of fact, she was practically flying. And when she started off, I remember the story about Bedward. Yes, Bedward who wanted to fly. Remember that story? I have a video on that, and I want you to watch it. But I wanted to bring to our attention a typical issue that I've been addressing for a period of time. So I want you to walk with me as I explain a few things. Now, I'm standing here and just taking in the sight, Always find something else to do. Just to give you a backdrop, they have a lot of entertainment here and a few things that you can do. But generally speaking, the thought that comes to mind that I've been having with people, how can people in Jamaica tell that their fellow Jamaican is from foreign? And that has somewhat bothered me over a period of time, right? But I think I've found the answers, not answer, because there are many possibilities. Yes, and that dawned on me so many times. Why do people suspect that you are from foreign? But I want to start off with a point. A few months ago, I went to Jamaica, and I was practically working on a project. I was extremely dirty. Yes, I had on dirty clothes and everything, and the paint had touched my shirt, and I said to myself, you know what? I am just going to change and put on that shirt because I wasn't looking too decent. So I went up the road and I stopped to buy some food. And I was buying the food, and this lady said, "Me smell Downey." So I had no clue what she was talking about. Downey? Who is Downey? "No, man, I smell Downey." So I said, "What is Downey?" She looked at me. And I said, "No, man, I smell Downey fabric softener. Sweet smelling stuff." And I said, to my goodness, yes, I remember the area. No, this is an interesting building that I think you might want to look at. I'm going to show you this one. This building is practically set upside down, so you can see it. And this is also in Central Florida, entertainment, people taking pictures. Yes, so she said that she smelled Downey. So I was just wondering, what is it, as I said before? And when I asked the question, she said to me, "Yes, man, it's you." And you know what? I wouldn't even tell you what she said. People are able to spot individuals who come from foreign. And the question is, how is this possible? But there are many ways. And I want to run through some of these ways that we can discuss because I think it's important. A lot of people, they are very social. And being social means that they are always on social media. And when you come to Jamaica, you start take all your selfies and that sort of stuff. People know that you're not from around here. Because those people that take selfies, they have a distinct style that they use. So apart from the Downey, there is, of course, the way you use social media. And sometimes you're showing off, because sometimes you wear these nice bright color clothes that they watch out for. So that's another thing. The clothes that you wear, everything is white, and you wear your bobby socks, according to some people. So therefore, these are identification features that people pick up on. No, not to mention the cologne, because they can pick up on the cologne too. They know the cheap one and the good one differently. So these are elements that we have to consider. So Downey, cologne, and not to mention the language. Jamaica's language continues to change drastically. Today you hear another word, they invent another one. It's like they're inventing dance in the dancehall style. Today we hear this word and you ask what's the meaning, only to hear that meaning for the word has changed. The other day I was listening to something and someone said she was upset with her sister. So the person said, "Why are you upset with your sister?" The person said, she said, "Me come in like," and she used a term what she has never heard before, but it sounds disgusting. And the person said, "Oh, yeah. Jamaicans have a way of inventing words that you can't even understand. And when you understand it, you're vexed." So therefore, there are issues like that too. So remember, there are so many elements that you can use to identify you. Sometimes you come down there now, you're purposely going on like you're Jamaican and you're speaking your patois. But you know what? The patois might have a little slang. And I realize that sometimes it happened to me, so I have to pull back. So no matter how hard I try, like the other day I was trying to imitate someone. And I say, yeah, man, I can fit in. So when I go down to Jamaica, I will say, you see me? And I was using, I'm going downtown, you see me? And the person said, no, that can't work. Because you have a way of identifying those sub-accents that sort of accent that come on with the simi. So therefore, we have the language too, which is changing, and we are not able to take up that one. Another thing that we have to understand is the way we travel along the way, all right? So I'm going to do a little more because I think it's important for us to really reflect on how people know us as we are Jamaicans. Now, of all the things that we do in the time, we realize that Jamaica continues to change drastically. And the moment we think about that, we have to understand that as we change, we develop certain strategies to really identify people. A few years ago, I went to Jamaica. And I was just in my yard, sitting down, quite comfortably. And a man passed and said to me, you see all him don't live here, you know? So I said, what do you mean that don't live here? Yes, but he was able, just by passing, to tell that I didn't live here. No, that is sad for me because, I tried to remember they might be aware of certain things, but having not adapted to the changing culture is another problem living abroad. No, you remember, when you had 9 nights in Jamaica back a couple of decades ago, people would come to your house and sit and enjoy dominoes and play a thing. Now, all of a sudden, they have these big bands and musicians playing in the yard. Some people have never seen that before. So when we look at this, the culture has changed and we have not adapted to the culture. You come from foreign and you're trying to fit in, but you have this kind of twang business, as I said before. And let me tell you, the twang business, as they hear it, so the price gone up. Sometimes I travel with some people and I tell them, don't do the talking, because when you do the talking, I'm going to pay a higher price. No, I tried to teach my daughter about patois, and, I tell her, certain things for her to be understanding of what's happening. Because sometimes when I go to Jamaica, they want to charge us like I have no connections to Jamaica, unlike some countries that I visited before. So one day I said to my daughter, I'm confident in you that you can speak the language. So the woman wanted to check if she was Jamaican. So the woman said to her, what your name this morning? And my poor daughter was confused. She gave her name. Well, I told her she let me down, but we have forgiven her because, that was a difficult question. What your name in the morning? Come on. I would not have said that, but, that was a test for her. Now, as we look forward, we have to think about comparisons, and language. I've spoken about that. Interactions with the locals. Sometimes you're interacting with a local and they might think that what you're trying to put on. And they start to surprise you with the price. So you have to be careful. Understand the interactions with Jamaican people is important. Punctuality. You expect people to come early. Jamaicans are always come late. So if you go foreign and change up your time and you're always early, they'll know that you're a foreigner by coming in early. It's so bad when you think about these things. But driving habits too. You go down to Jamaica, you pick up a rental car, and people know that you're not from here when you start coming to an exit on the wrong sides. So there are so many elements that can identify you as a foreigner. Remember, we talk about the shoes, we talk about the food, sometimes food too. You don't have a taste for the local cuisine. But these are some elements. They are not far-fetched from Jamaica, but I think they are worth considering. Another bad thing about when you come to Jamaica sometimes, even you compare foreign to Jamaica, and they pick up on that hard. Even if you don't want to, you just have these subtle things that you say, over there, they don't have that. But when you say they don't have that, they know that you're from there. You're just trying to put on. So your language is a powerful indicator that you're not from Jamaica or living in Jamaica. No, many Jamaicans, how you know that they come from foreign too? Then they start talk about sun exposure. So they buy all the cream and lotion and rub on themselves. So you smell them again. That's an easy way to know that you're from foreign. What a way we can put it. So many things, right? There are so many elements that you know that people are away from Jamaica. And not to mention, some of you, when you're coming down, apart from a suitcase full of bobby socks and white clothes and red shirt and red jeans and all that sort of stuff, they know by the name brand stuff you're wearing because they know it too. Yes. They have these ideas too, They see you, and according to one person, they know you're coming out of air condition. I don't know the difference, The way I am, the sun is very hot, but some people have an idea that you're coming out of air condition or the cold. They say you're thawed. They know. You understand what I'm saying? So I might not be able to detect it, but others can. Another dangerous thing too that I found out in Paris. I visited Paris and I'll show some videos of my trip to Paris shortly. But you know that I went to Paris and people knew I was a foreigner when I pulled out my Jamaican currency to pay for something in euros, because the Jamaican money was so similar. So when you come from foreign and you get these new dollar bills that Jamaica has produced, you're going to have confusion, and that's how they spot the foreigners with ease. And sometimes your behavior towards your culture changes based on how you interact with people, and they know. That's another aspect of it too. They understand. You know, when you come back, you don't want to watch local TV anymore, because guess what? You want to watch CNN and Fox News and all that sort of stuff. Your fashion changes, your accent changes, and so many other things. And that's how people know from time to time that you're coming from a foreign country. So it's important to understand when you're looking at it that things will change, and no matter how hard you try. I did a video regarding living in Jamaica. And the more you stay away from Jamaica, the reality is the more distance you are from these changes and awareness. You know, so what I've done, I've said to people when I'm going to Jamaica, I'm going to get sudsil, I'm going to wash my clothes and all sort of stuff. But guess what? Based on all the elements I've spoken about in this video, I'm telling you, at least one will get me caught, right? That I am living abroad for the time being. Notwithstanding, I'll continue to develop this content. I want you to share with me your ideas. How do Jamaicans living in Jamaica know that you are away? I tried to do that so many times, and I'm now convinced that the harder I try, the more difficult it comes. I remember telling someone, I'm just in Kingston, I just came down for the weekend, flying back up. And he was like, yes. So he started asking me how was town, and I told him town rough and the political problems we're having up there and that sort of stuff. Today, I believe that man knew I was practically not telling the truth. So I'm going to show you a shot of the place again that I'm just standing out making this video. And if you do come to Florida and Central Florida, you can fly. If you come to Florida, they fly, as you can see the image of this man just flying through the air. They're using a powerful air wind turbine to do that. And if you want to check out my video on Bedward, who practically has been instrumental in many things in shaping the culture of resistance in Jamaica, although many people have not recognized this, I have a video for that which I'm going to share in the description of this video. As always, I'm trying to build content, and sometimes I was very busy the last couple weeks. I went to Paris, I'll share some videos with you. Went to New York to do a session there. But I have two channels going on. One is dedicated to Jamaica, the other is to my culture. Alright, so listen, peace out. Remember, subscribe and share this video with others. I want to grow this because I think it's important for us to really engage in our culture. And I'm just here in Orlando, and let me give you a shot before I leave, because I think it's important for you to see where I am. And they have all sort of things here. I think this is near to Disney too, so people come here, have a wonderful time, and it's just all about fun. I'm out, so until next time, I'm giving a view of this.